good morning. Hello, and good morning to all of you watching this big Carom event. Welcome to the Gardens State of New Jersey in the city of Secaucus. I am Dr. Nilesh Mehta, joined by Bala Parthasarthi. This is the US Open Carom Championship 2025, and we are going to be witnessing the doubles finals. Mohammad Arif paired with Srinivas against Mohammad Ghufran, partnering with Navin Chilakalapudi. Good morning, Bala.
Good morning, Dr. Mehta. How are you this morning?
Doing good. We've seen some exciting action over the last 3 days, and now the doubles finals.
Yeah, so it's been 3 days of non-stop action, and I think the best two teams have risen to the top, and I cannot wait to see what's in action for us. Let's go take a look at the matchup real quick. But before that, let's just one moment here. So, this tournament, Doctor, is organized by USCA. But before we go into the details, let's also briefly thank our principal sponsor, Core Hive, who have generously supported this event and made this event possible. And, there are other sponsors as well. And the associate sponsor, New York Life. We would like to thank both of them, and also our partners, mainly our broadcasting partner, Molux and RightBrain, as well as our technology partner, Sportive AI, who made this broadcasting possible. And, before we go into the match, let's look at the program for today. It's going to be an action-packed Super Sunday. We're going to kick off the morning with doubles finals. And then after that, we will go into the singles semifinals. And then the big day that everybody has been waiting for, the grand finale, the singles finals, will be in the afternoon. And then finally, of course, we will have the award ceremony. So let's look at the matchup for the doubles finals without further ado. So, Doctor, what do you think?
Well, the interesting thing for me is Mohammad Ghufran pairing with our very own Navin Chilakalapudi. That is an interesting combination. On the other hand, you have Mohammad Arif and Srinivas who, as most people would know, they played singles finals last year in your hometown, which when you hosted the World Cup. So these guys know each other as an opponent, and now they are together as a team. So that brings a different perspective. They know each other's game very well, but now they are partnering. So a very exciting match ahead.
That's right, Doctor. As you can see, Arif and Srinivas, they are a seasoned pair. Not just seasoned, they are the best in the whole world. They are the reigning world champions in doubles. On the other hand, Mohammad Ghufran and Navin Chilakalapudi, an interesting combination. This is the first time they're teaming up, and they have done pretty well. If you look at it in the Swiss League earlier on Friday, they outranked Arif and Srinivas, the world champions. And interestingly, neither of them topped the charts. And it's going to be anybody's game. And, head to head, this is the very first time they are facing each other. So it's hard to tell who's going to come on top. In terms of the playing style, there are very distinct styles between these two teams. Ghufran and Navin. Ghufran is a very well-known international celebrity player, and Navin Chilakalapudi is one of the top-ranking US players, but he's going to be primarily playing a supportive role. He'll be looking for Ghufran to set the tone, and Navin has to make sure that he can capitalize on the opportunities created by Ghufran. On the other hand, you have Srinivas and Arif being the world champions. They are the clear favorites in this game, and they would like to maintain and kind of capitalize on that, the mental advantage perhaps, to try and dominate what happens today in this match here in doubles. And let's take a look at their brief journey to the finals. If you look at Ghufran and Navin, they did really well in the league. Interestingly, even though they outranked Srinivas and Arif in the Swiss league, the earlier when they played in the Swiss league, Srinivas and Arif did beat Navin and Ghufran, even though it was only a one game affair and not a best of three. And they had a pretty interesting match in the quarterfinals and semifinals. They beat Shibu Ashok as well as Hakim and Basil. So it's a pretty solid run up to the finals for Ghufran and Navin. And on the other hand, Arif and Srinivas had a little bit of a rough start in the league. It's not like rough as in super rough. They lost only one match, but still, overall they finished at position number 4, which is not something that they are very used to. They are usually, at the top of most of these rankings. So it's an unfamiliar territory for them to find themselves below the top 3. They dominated the quarterfinals against Vikas and Suleiman, but the semifinals against fellow Indian team of Sandeep and Rashmi, both world champions in the men's and women's. Right, that was a tough match. That went to the third set in the best of 3, and they came out on top successfully, though. So the stage is set for the finals, and let's get back to the board to see what action is unfolding there.
Bala, you've covered all the succinct points so far that has happened in this tournament. We are here for this US Open in New Jersey, and Arif and Srinivas against Ghufran and Navin. And as Bala mentioned earlier, that Arif and Srinivas probably have a advantage because they've already beaten them once, but this is a different ball game. This is the finals of the US Open, where there are high stakes. And for me, I think this is a tremendous opportunity for Navin, that he's playing with 3 world-class players. And imagine, no matter what happens at the end of the day, the experience that Navin will have, he will cherish for a long, long time.
Absolutely, Doctor. You use the right word there, opportunity. There is no better opportunity than this for Navin to, not just about how he performs in this match and what happens in this match. Purely as a player, he is going to come out much stronger, much more experienced. The next time he plays in the US, no matter who he partners with, he's going to be a better player, guaranteed.
Absolutely. You are right, Bala.
And he is the dark horse in this match. Srinivas, Arif, Ghufran, these guys know each other very well. They have played against each other plenty of times. They are intimately familiar with what to expect from each other.
The customary handshake before the start of the match. This is board number 1, Bala.
That's right. And it all comes down to this. First strike. It looks like Arif and Srinivas have won the toss.
Focusing on the setup, Bala, we'll talk more, but watch closely how they rack it up and that gentle touch.
Solid break.
One thing that Bala I always notice is the clarity of thought process.
That's Ghufran playing his first stroke. Oh, sorry, that was Srinivas. My bad.
The red taken, the queen taken, and now the cover. and how nicely he moved the other coin. Navin's first foray into the finals here with three amazing carom players. Arif.
Uncharacteristic miss from Arif there.
I noticed that when Ghufran is playing, he was having a bit of an issue with the smoothness after his first stroke.
Yeah, these guys, they quickly study these environmental conditions. Sometimes the boards, they move fast or slow depending on the room temperature and the powder and so on. But, it may take them a few boards to get acclimatized to these conditions.
And you could see how nicely he plays that defense there. What does Arif do now? That's the question. What the home? Putting it right behind the white. And the defensive strategies continue. Navin will move the black. Well done.
Nicely done indeed. The risk with those defense shots, Doctor, is that if you don't do it just right, there is a risk of double touch.
You are absolutely right, Bala. If that defensive move doesn't work out well, and now they have opened their account, Srinivas and Arif. That was the first board of the first set here at the US Open in New Jersey. As Bala mentioned earlier, we certainly are very thankful to all the contributors and the sponsors, without which a tournament of this magnitude may not happen. As we go into board number 2, it is Srinivas Kumaravelli setting it up as they lead 5-0, board number 2. Srinivas prefers to break on the ball, as you noticed. Navin did the best to open up that pocket. There were three whites sitting right there. Now Arif. These boys have had a long day and a long night yesterday, Bala. And to come back early this morning,
That is very true, Doctor. You know, people often don't associate carom with stamina, but playing in these big tournaments and making it all the way to the finals, it demands a lot of stamina and endurance, both physical and mental. Srinivas going for a bit of a bomb there.
trying to open up that. And now going for the queen.
Beautifully done.
Which
He
he
made it.
pockets with such ease, and the cover.
Do you think he can go for a finish, Doctor? It's a tough connection.
Well, for you and me. And now with 8 blacks on the board with the potential
Look.
for 11 points. Let's
Just
see.
look at these.
What a
positioning.
shot. What a shot, Bala.
Unbelievable. You know, more than that shot and the finish, it's the positioning of the coins and how these guys control.
And just like that, it's 16 love.
Look at that curve. That's their score trajectory. It looks like Elon Musk launched the next mission to Mars.
I was thinking more like the Tesla stock. As Navin will have to say a thing or two here. It's his break, and he has to give able support to his partner.
All eyes are on Navin. He has certainly improved quite a bit in the last few years. He has established himself as one of the top players in the US. He used to be in the middle of the pack just a few years ago, especially during COVID with the rise in popularity of online carom. A lot of players like Win, they got to really work on their game, and you're seeing the fruits of that labor here with him sitting alongside the big guns on the big stage.
Talking about the big guns, Arif is coming out blazing here so far. You sometimes wonder if that was deliberate because he had the red lane open. So
Absolutely. And it's amazing the level of conviction he had in that stroke, which needed such a deft touch.
and he placed it right exactly next to the pocket where it was meant to be to block Ghufran from playing that shot. I mean, trying to go for this one.
pretty impressed with Navin so far, regardless of what the scoreboard says. He's in a pretty high pressure seat, and so far he's holding his nerves. You know, whatever he's opting to go for, he's able to execute as per his plans under pressure. Admirable indeed.
How nicely Arif took the queen away from Ghufran on that last shot. Touch this, take this.
So precise. The coin just drops into the pocket. It hardly even touches the corners of the pockets.
Why is it, Pala, that the coins listen to them but not to us when we play?
You are asking me that $1,000,000 question. If I had the answer to that, I would be sitting right there.
Well, but you are in good company, aren't you?
I'm in better company, I would say.
Navin. It's a good defense. Arif going for the queen. Covers the queen. And now, what a shot that was. Now, what can he do to finish? It would be an 8-point board. Oh goodness, what a shot. What a shot by Muhammad Arif. He
Phenomenal.
used the previous coin to open the last one and then found the right lane to get in.
Sheer
And,
brilliance. And look at that, three
Just,
boards.
just like that in 3 boards.
Which, Doctor, is the theoretical minimum number of boards needed to win a match. These boards are played for either 25 points or 8 boards. Given that the maximum number of points available per board is 12, it's going to take at least 3 boards, and we don't very often see 3 board games.
And I don't think they have a flight to catch so early, so there is a bit of a rush, I see, between Arif and Srinivas. But what a brilliant display. And that finish by Arif was superb.
Outstanding indeed. You know, we were talking about their playing styles earlier and how Arif and Srinivas would like to leverage their position coming in as the favorites and the world champions to boot to their advantage and try to set the tone early and try and go for total domination. And so far, based on the rampage mode that we have seen from these guys, it'll be very interesting to see what kind of tricks Ghufran can pull in this particular set.
And now Srinivas with the break. Srinivas is the one who has the striker at the moment. The shot that he just played is not an easy one by any stretch of imagination. And the cover taken by Srinivas.
You can say that about 99% of the shots these guys play.
But what control over that shot as well. And the connection.
Srinivas contemplating his next move. He went for a knocking shot where a player utilizes another coin as a useful obstacle to guide the target coin. Arif potentially has a pretty open finish. Not the easiest by any means. Look at that. No opportunity is wasted.
And the beauty is, it's not like the coin is having any hesitation going in. And now look at the finish one.
Interesting choice. I thought he might go for the left. Phenomenal.
Phenomenal. So you got 9 blacks.
That's just insane.
So you got 12 points, just like that.
You know, Doctor, as we saw yesterday in the quarterfinals between Srinivas and fellow countryman and another world champion, Sandeep Dive. Sandeep Dive won the quarterfinals. So Srinivas is out of the race in singles. So he would most definitely want to bag the doubles trophy. He does not want to go home without that. And it looks like both Srinivas and his partner, they woke up today with a clear mission.
And now, what does Navin do with his break? He has to come up with something really good.
You know, doctors, Navin's not doing anything wrong, right? But at this stage, they have to, it's more about what choices you make, right? It's not about what you miss in terms of execution. It's what shots you attempt, regardless of whether you miss or you successfully execute.
No, you said it correctly. These guys at the moment are just too dominant, Arif and Srinivas. And both Navin as well as Ghufran would really need to up their ante at the moment. Arif missing on that occasion, a rare miss, but
Ghufran going for the coin. Oh, that's going to cost quite heavily. Srinivas has this bomb coin. That's the only coin he needs to create a finish.
and the choice of the coin for the queen cover, right? He did not use the bomb. He wants to open up, take the open coins, and now in Hyderabad they call it Palwan. You call it bomb.
It's a pretty colorful regional flavor of the word. Interesting choice by Srinivas. I thought he might have used the bomb to open that cluster, which he eventually missed, instead of releasing that black. Nicely done there by Navin.
That was a little bit of a hasty shot, I thought.
Well, hasty in terms of execution perhaps, but at this point he must be feeling that rush, right? He knows that they have a pretty deep hole to crawl out of. Mohammad Ghufran weighing his options, going for a negative cut. It was a high risk, high reward play, and once again Srinivas has a bomb. And he did not quite have the angle.
Look at that. 5 points. And they
Pieces.
just move on to 17 love after 2 boards.
This is turning out to be a repeat of the first set so
Yeah.
far.
This second set just looks like a deja vu.
That's
of
right,
what-
Doctor. You know, the unfortunate part is it's not like Ghufran and Navin have been playing poorly, right? I think they haven't even gotten a chance to settle down. You know, the occasional mistakes are inevitable. Everybody makes them. But these guys are penalizing every little mistake to the max.
You're right. It's an outright domination. It's Arif to break.
Look at that.
All these players had a long night yesterday playing their singles matches and now pairing up with their partners in the doubles. What a lovely placement right between the black and the white. It could not have been any better. Ghufran is trying his best to be a bit creative.
That's right, Doctor. You know, we talked about Navin on how this is a great opportunity for him. But, you know, the person who's truly in the hot seat is Ghufran because he knows that the expectations are high on him to pull his weight to carry his team forward. You know, he's supposed to be the leader to guide his team and set the right opportunities and you know, for Navin to support him. But so far, Ghufran has, you know, you were mentioning that he's getting creative and he's trying to go, you know, create some positions, which he absolutely must. And it's just that it hasn't worked out for him quite so far in this game. The challenge is, will he have enough buffer to find his groove before the scoreboard reaches the finish line for Srinivas and Arif. And Arif now has a bomb. Let's see how he utilizes it. No, my mistake. I think they are playing whites. Oh no,
Black.
they are playing blacks. So it is his bomb to explode. That
And
could be.
that happens quite rarely, I must say, at this level. And I think the reason why that coin doesn't go is aiming.
Yes, Srinivas going for a tough hook.
Now, this kind of finish would put anybody under pressure. But Navin, in this particular moment, will want to.
So the shot he just played was the match saver. If he had missed that, the score would have reached 25.
That's a miss, and the finish by Arif. So it's 7, so 24 love.
Yeah, and apologies, folks. That was my mistake earlier. It was Ghufran was playing the bomb and not Arif. And here's the summary of the previous board. No, it's nice to see all these statistics about the game in real time while the match is unfolding.
I apologize to our viewers. Uh, the queen points do not count. It was 21 love after 3 boards. And now it is Ghufran to break. And he will want to open an account. Bala?
Absolutely. At this point, obviously they all want to play to win, but it's human nature to also want to save face at some point, right? This is just total carnage. 25 in 3 boards in the first set, and with a massive lead of 21-0 in just 3 boards, yet again in the second set. That's not a bad miss by Navin. It's not an easy coin that he attempted, but a few opportunities presented to Ghufran. In amongst all these 4 players, Ghufran's turn, every time he gets the striker, the expectations are sky high on him to capitalize on that to the fullest.
And we've seen a series of 3 consecutive misses there so far by 3 players. The first set just took 3 boards for Srinivas and Arif to beat.
It's a nice move by Srinivas to only remove that obstructing white and not disturb anything else. It was a pretty hard stroke he played, and to have that level of control to make sure that nothing else is disturbed. Going for the queen.
Too strong of a stroke.
So, this white was kind of bothering him. He did not have enough space to position his wrist. So, yes, it was an expensive miss. It was not the toughest of shots, but it was not a clean position for him. Most likely Srinivas would attempt, if it is singles, he might play all kinds of fancy shots, but in doubles they are far more measured, and he's just, that's a miss, I would say. He was probably bringing that white to that spot somewhere.
Now let's see what the 45-year-old software engineer from JP Morgan Chase does now. This is his moment. It's now or never, because if the opponents win with the queen, they will be declared the winners.
Arif is defending the queen. He would attempt to bring it to Ghufran's opposite base somewhere here. And he does. You might as well place a penny on the board and tell these guys, like, bring the coin over here. And they would, every single time.
It's like you trying to put a golf ball right in that area where you want it to be. Amazing. Takes the queen.
Here we go. This could be it. And it's done.
And just like that, after just 7 boards in 2 sets, we now have the doubles finals winner of this US Open Carom Championship 2025, Mohammad Arif of Lucknow, along with Srinivas Komaravelli, have convincingly thrashed Ghufran and Navin. But take nothing away from Navin, he has had a great opportunity of playing the finals of this doubles tour championship here, right in New Jersey. Bala, uh, this is as quick a doubles match I have ever seen in a finals event where the first set lasted just three boards and the second set one or two more. This has been an amazing demonstration. Muhammad Arif of Lucknow and Srinivas Komaravelli don't know each other very well. They have been opponents. Now they were paired up together in doubles final, and what a treat to watch.
It was an absolute treat indeed. A total domination on the board. Um, no, I don't want to take any credit away from Navin and Ghufran. This was a star-studded playing field with four world champions in the fray. And to rise to the top and to make it all the way to the finals, that by itself is a huge accomplishment. Srinivas and Arif, they brought their A game. They never lost a single opportunity. They penalized every single mistake or a minor error made by Ghufran or Navin. It was just their day through and through. And they are world champions for a reason. And they clearly asserted that today.
I want to use the word chanceless because in cricket when you score a century and you don't give an opportunity to the opponents to get you out, this was a chanceless back-to-back two sets. I mean, complete annihilation of the opponents because Ghufran and Naveen were just wondering what is going on. These guys are not even giving us any opportunities, hardly any misses. Every time they touch a coin, it smoothly flows into the pocket.
That's right, Doctor. It's interesting that you use the word chance. Depending on who you ask, the word chance can be interpreted as being associated with luck, or it could be associated with the word gamble and odds. And I belong to the latter camp. It's when you say chance, it's not like you're leaving something to chance, but you're playing the odds, right? You are controlling the game. You are creating just the right temptations for the opponent, and you are dictating their move. Arif and Srinivas, while it looked like they were dominating, they were also quietly controlling the board. It did not appear so. It looked like they were going on a rampage, but it was totally calculated rampage.
One of the highlights for me, having watched the doubles finals, was the finish by Arif in the third board of the first set. That last shot, guys, if you're going to watch the replays, do watch Arif's finish in the first set, and in just three boards, they were 25-0.
Yeah, the whole game felt like I was watching highlights of a match, not the actual match. It lasted like 10 minutes.
Yeah. But congratulations to Ghufran and Navin Chilakapudi as well, especially Navin for being the runners-up of this. Navin is our very own from the USA, and he has clearly climbed the ladder. Now playing with Ghufran as his partner is going to bring him a lot of experience. Even though they lost, they were thrashed, but these sorts of experiences, you learn from those and continue to improve your game. On the other hand, Mohammad Arif and Srinivas Komaravelli, what can you say?
Yep, and there we have it, folks. So we have our doubles finals, the champions of US Open Carom Championship 2025. The title goes to the top team in the world, the reigning world champions, Muhammad Arif and Srinivas Komaravelli of India, and Mohammad Ghufran of India, pairing with Navin Chalakalapudi of USA, are the runners-up. Congratulations to both teams. And we're going to be signing off right now with this live stream, and we'll be back at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for our coverage of singles semifinals. We have a pretty interesting lineup coming your way. Make sure to tune in, and we'll be back in just a few hours.
Thank you for watching.